Hey, Kurt, once again, this is Maximize Your Influence. This is the channel that's going to teach you how to persuade, motivate, influence, the skills we should have learned in school. I just finished a podcast at MaximizeYourInfluence.com on choices and options, how it makes persuasion easy, because people feel autonomous, like they're making a choice. Let them make a choice because they all win for you. Now, it can also hinder persuasion. This is what I'm talking about. How many perfumes can you smell? I mean, can you really smell before you know you just didn't smell? 2, 3, maybe 4. Or I was coaching a mutual fund advisor, right? They were talking to the prospect, and based on your financial need, here are the 77 mutual funds. Whoa, too much. So it can help, or it can hurt the persuasion, the sales process. And so go to MaximizeYourInfluence.com. That's also where you can get your free Persuasion IQ assessment and the free book, the new edition to Maximum Influence. But here on this channel, what I like to do is supersize something that I talked about on the podcast. And one of the things we can do to really help with choice is the way you verbally package things. Now, verbal packaging is one of the 12 laws of persuasion and maximum influence. Basically, every word you use will attract or repel people. And you don't think about it, you're too close. A lawyer says contract all day long, doesn't faze them, but to the average person, what, sign what? Contract? It scares the fill in the blank out of them. That's just how it is. And so the way you package, the way you frame things, the words that you use can make a difference between how much people are going to pay for what you're asking them to do and make the choice easier. For example, back when they would feed us on the airplane, I was flying and there was a new flight attendant and they had 2 choices, chicken or steak. Okay, pretty simple. But they'd run out of steak, and the new flight attendants, what do we do? Some people want steak, and we're out of steak. She's all, watch this. And so, I'm listening now. So she went to this gentleman and said, we have a wonderful marinated chicken breast, grilled to perfection, with garden fresh vegetables. And she just went on and on. Or then she said, or you can have a piece of beef. Well, duh, they all chose the chicken because it sounded better. And the same thing's true with your persuasion and sales presentations. So think about it. I went to online restaurant business online. They had this thing called Menu Writing Secrets, because the best place to go is to look at menus. Menus is pure verbal packaging. It just sounds so good, this Salisbury steak. No, it's hamburger. Okay? That's just how it is. We don't think about it. So if you really want to learn verbal packaging and to put things and get people to pay more for the same thing, it's how you describe it with the words you use. So a few of the menu writing secrets they talked about, the first one, they said use house-made ingredients. So if you're talking about a sandwich, they'll say something like roasted chicken breast, spicy pepperoni, Kürtiger spinach, oven-roasted red peppers, and drizzled with basil pesto. And you're like, whoa! Grilled wild Pacific salmon fillet with hand-whipped Idaho potatoes and oven-roasted broccoli florets. I'm not even sure what a floret is, but it sure sounds good. Or they might say any of those things to really get into that verbal packaging, how you describe things. In fact, social psychologist Harvard Kelley did a study where he'd bring in a speaker and he would describe the speaker to the students. Half the students, he said, oh, they're cold, industrious, critical, practical, and determined. In the second group, they said, no, they're warm, industrious, critical, practical, and determined. You notice they're same. The 4 words at the end are the same, but one started with cold, one started with warm. Obviously, that primacy effect, the one that started with cold, no, they were cold and distant. And then number 2, they were warm and friendly. They made a big difference in the evaluations. That's the key thing you need to think about. So think about this. As you learn the skills, how you describe things makes a big difference. Number 1, provide choices and options. Go to MaximizeYourInfluence.com to check that out. Also on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, anywhere you get a podcast, it's under Maximize Your Influence. Master these skills, become more persuasive, and persuade with power.